Hello everyone, in this video I'll be using Alteryx to solve one of the complex SQL problem where I would like to carry forward my current row records to the next month values. Alright, so let me show you what is the data that I'm handling today. Alright, so this is the employee pulse survey table where employees are gonna register their employee satisfaction score, where you can see the employee score between 1 to 5 the start of every month, or the first score the employee registered is always considered to be as 1, and in case there is no survey been registered by an employee, I'm going to carry forward that score from the previous month as well. Alright, so I have three columns: employee ID, survey date, and score. As you can see over here, employee ID with 10 has scored in the month of Jan as 1, in the month of Feb as 3. For employee ID 20, the score was registered as 3 in the month of Feb, while in the same month the score was updated to 4. For employee ID 30, in the month of April, the score was 5, while in the month of June, it was 2. So, what I would like to do is to append the or score to the next subsequent calendar month. Let me show you how to do this using Alteryx. Let me go back to my Alteryx designer. Let us first connect to my data. I'm going to drag my input data and set up a connection. I'll drag the same table that I showed you and click on run button. Alright, so my connection was established. Now I have another column or table where I have my calendar month data into it. So let me bring that data as well. I'm going to set up a connection and bring that table in my Alteryx. Let me hit the run button once again. Alright, as you can see, I have my month number and month name over here. Now, what I would like to do is to perform a Cartesian join between two days of my data source so that I have 12 records for each individual employee IDs. Basically, I want 36 records in total for this database as well. So before I do actually the Cartesian join, let me consider one common field between these two data sources. I have one over here as month number, and I can extract month number from my survey date. So let me just do that first exercise by bringing the formula tool over here. I'm going to create a new column which says survey month. I'm just going to type month, and Alteryx is smart enough to give me the options which are related to month. In this case, I'm going to select date time month, which is going to just extract the numeric value of the month. I'm going to say over here survey month and make this one as integer 60 as my data type. Click on the run button once again. If I click on the output anchor, this should give me the month number extraction out of my survey date. Alright, now as you can see over here, I would like to perform a Cartesian join between these two, but I have duplicate rows for my employee IDs based on the certain survey dates. I would like to remove that first and then perform the Cartesian join. To do so, I would drag the unique tool to my canvas and simply click on employee ID. I click on the output anchor of unique, and there you go. I have three records for all individual employee ID. Doesn't matter which all those are the records being pulled based on the survey month. Alright, so now let us perform the appending of my this tool. I'm gonna bring my append field, and I'm also gonna connect my the other data source over here as well. Okay, now from my target anchor, I just would like to bring my employee ID, and from my source I want the month number along with the month name. Alright, so I'm just gonna select the required columns from here: employee ID, employee number, employee name, and hit the run button. There you go. So for employee ID 10, I have 12 records. For employee 20, I should have 12 records again. And likewise for employee 30. So in total, 36 records. Perfect. This is what I would like to get my data prepared. Now, I would like to append or join basically. Now this is my prepared data with the actual numbers. To do so, I'm going to bring the join condition or join tool in my canvas, and I'm going to drag and connect this current or the actual numbers over here. Okay, I would like to select join by specific field, and I would like to join by employee ID and by employee number in this case. I'm going to select employee or survey month. I'm going to click on run button. Let me click on the join tool, which will basically give me an inner join. Earlier, like I showed you, right, I had 6 records in total, so that should have brought up my 6 records. While the left anchor, which is nothing but my coming from this tool, should have brought all those ones. So if I just click on my sort button over here to demonstrate what it is bringing, uh, employee ID by ascending, apply. If I just also sort my month number, apply. There you go. For first employee, we had the data for the Jan and Feb, and you can see over here the data is for March month onwards. Let me just show this data once again. There you go. For employee ID, we have total 10 records because we already had 2 records for that employee. Perfect. This makes sense to me. Now, I would like to basically these two anchors to be combined once again because I have my this data prepared in that fashion for me. But look how I have extra columns like survey date and the score in my actual records, which is not available in my left anchor. Let us try to add first those two fields, and then we'll try to append once again those records. So I'm just going to drag the formula tool over here. I'm going to add a new column which says score. Like I said earlier, I had a requirement where every start of the month I want the score to be made as 1. So I'm just gonna add a logical statement if then else. Just make this little adjusting for my viewing purpose. So the first one would be number, month number, and that is equals to 1 because that's my Jan. Okay, I want to make this one as 1. Else, I'm just gonna make this one as null because I do not know what are the numbers for that. Okay, I can make the score as data type as int60 for that matter. Doesn't matter. All right, I'm gonna add another column which is nothing but my survey date. Okay, I'm just gonna say over here date time, uh, date time. Basically, I just would like to have my today's date. Okay, so I can just simply use date time now, and that should also give me the date for that one. Okay, but I would like to have the first month of my database. Okay, so what I can do is I can simply add another formula for this. So let me just click on my functions. I'm gonna go to my date. I'm gonna scan for my the first day of the month basically. I would like to have. Okay, so to do date time. Uh, yeah, it doesn't matter to be honest with you. Date time month that should give me this. Okay, let me just give this one date time for time being. Okay, I'm just gonna make this one as date anyways. Uh, okay, so this will just extract this one. Let me hit the run button. Let us see what we have. Okay, so we have got the date and the score as well being brought up. Fair enough. Now I would like to have my this is my another anchor and this is my current anchor. I would like to append this one again. So I'm just gonna drag my append fields. Okay, let me adjust this just a little bit. This one. Okay, I'm gonna join these two. All right. So we have few columns to select. But before that, let me just drag another tool which is select in between these two, okay? Where I would like to bring certain columns only, not all the columns. So from my J anchor, I would just require employee ID, employee month number, uh, survey date, and score. So let me just select those required columns. So employee ID, in this case, I would like to have employee number, employee month, I would like to have survey date and score. All right. So total, these are the columns I would like to have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So let us bring the same records from here as well. So employee ID, month number, score, and survey date. Perfect. Now let me hit the run button. This should give me an option. Maybe I'll just move this and add once again to the canvas. Right, should give me an option. No, I would not like to add a join. In this case, I want to union basically because I have two separate database connections, right? So I would like to union those ones, and I would like to union by manually. Okay, all right. So let me just expand this. So over here I have my union based on my fields like employee ID, month number, month name, score, and survey. So let me just put it over here and let us run the workflow once again. Okay, let me click on the output anchor. Perfect. I have employee ID. Okay, let me just add one sorting option in this case to see the results little more meaningful way. Alright, so I'm gonna click on run button once again. I've got employee ID 10, which has 12 records, and for the month of the first month we had the score, but later on it is considering as 00. Okay, for 20 we had in the month of Feb, so it have already added my 1 in the start, 3 and 4. So now what my requirement is that I would like to add or carry forward these three score till the month of 12 for these employee. In case there would have been any record in between, for example, for 30, as we can see over here, we have records for the April as 5. So for the month of 5, for the month of May, I would like to have 5 as a score. In June, we have 2. So from July onwards, it should be again 2. So to do so, I'm going to add a field, a tool which is called as multi-row formula to achieve this. Okay, so I'm going to select append existing field. Okay, in this case what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an expression if my current row, so in this case this is my current row, let's say example, I'm going to say is empty, so is empty. Okay, so from my row plus 0 active row, I'm just going to select score. Okay, then I would like to have the previous value. To do so, I can just use row minus 1, so the above one. So I'm just going to double click on that over here. That should go there. Else, just give me my current row as well. Okay, I'm just going to aim this expression and click on run button. If I click on the output tool, okay, my bad. I need to select the column name. By default, it had selected employee ID. I have just selected now score in this case. And look how my records have been now started carry forwarding to the next months. There you go. Over here as will be discussed. All right, final exercise could be just to get rid of some of my unrequired columns and sort them as well. So I want my employee ID to be at the top. I want my employee uh, survey date at second, right? And the third would be just my score. Perfect. And just hit the run button. There you go. Without writing any code, I've just used my Alteryx tools to achieve this complex business problem for me. Thanks for watching.